Owning a home is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. And when something breaks, it can feel like the whole day unravels. That's why HomeServe exists. For as little as $4.99 a month, you'll always have someone to call. A trusted professional ready to help, bringing peace of mind to 4.5 million homeowners nationwide. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
And we are live. It is Car Con Carne. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the working week. I'm James Van Alstyne. A couple quick announcements before we begin tonight, kick off tonight's interview. First off, here I am. I'm on Zoom. I'm at home. This is, I think, the way of at least the next couple of weeks. I think for the comfort levels of my guests, the safety of my guests, and everything is Delta as being the motherfucker it is. I'm going to do these from home for the time being, hopefully to return to the car sooner than later. Another announcement worth making. I'm launching a second podcast next month. It's something that will complement Car Con Carne, something that is very Chicago specific. For more information before the formal launch, we'll soft launch it in a couple weeks. You can go to carconcarne.com. It's something I'm super excited about. Another podcast coming up because I needed stuff to do in my free time. So tonight, my guest, he is a local black metal monster. He is Luca Cimarusti. He is, for all intents and purposes, Annihilus. Nice to see you tonight.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for having me.
One of the great taboos in interviews, one of the things you don't do, one of the things that rookies only do in an interview is ask an artist about where they got their name. I grew up on comic books. I grew up on Marvel comic books. I grew up, celebrating the Negative Zone and Fantastic Four. Annihilus is based on the Negative Zone supervillain from the Fantastic Four, right?
It is. Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I felt an immediate kinship with you.
Yeah, it seemed like a good route to go, trying to, you stir up something evil and dark for a project like this, and I'm ahead in that aspect, so I went with it.
So the new Annihilus release is Follow a Song from the Sky. Is this an example of the art that came out of sheltering in place? Was this the direct result of the COVID lockdown?
Yeah, this is a project I'd been doing before COVID lockdown, but this album was written, recorded, mixed, put together. Everything on this album was done during quarantine. Because
it was less than a year ago, right? You put out Ghanima?
Yeah. That came out. That was like kind of halfway a COVID project too, actually, which is crazy to think about how long this has been going on. Yes. that I've with this project had 2 records come out still during it. But that one was written mostly recorded before things got weird, before lockdown. And then I mixed it and did everything involving the release for that during quarantine and COVID. And then this new record was entirely done, under lockdown, more or less.
So this is the sound of a man trapped inside.
Yes, very much so.
So Annihilus really is you. You've been a band member throughout your musical career. How important was it for you to find your way as a solo creator and build this for yourself?
It was very important. It was a strange thing for me because most of my time playing in bands, I've been a drummer, and going from a drummer to someone who does everything on record is pretty big leap. But it was very exciting and extremely satisfying in a lot of ways to figure that out for myself, going from one end of the spectrum creatively to the entire spectrum. So it's been a really cool thing to explore, a really cool thing to learn to do and figure out. It's been a really good journey, I think, for myself.
As the world is kind of opening back up, but it's closing back down, things are just weird. But as the opportunities in theory exist to perform, play live, is this something that you want to keep as a studio project, just keep for yourself? Is it something you want to add bodies to for a live performance?
I think the idea of making it live has been talked about between me and friends and, other people who have interviewed me and, the people who have put the records out. And it's something that I've always considered, but it's not like top of the list of priorities. If something really, really cool came along that I think would be a good platform to, express this live, I suppose I could look into making it happen. But there's something in making records this way by yourself and thinking about the entire thing top to bottom, like the visual aspect, the feel, the mood, not just the songs themselves, that kind of lends itself to only being a recorded product. Being able to sit down with a record like this, I think, and realize, where it came from, who did it all, looking at the artwork, it's almost more powerful in that like bubble than it is on a stage, I think.
I get that. And let's talk about the feel and the mood that you referenced. The title track is one of my favorite things on Follow a Song from the Sky. It's kind of hypnotic, kind of psychedelic in its own way.
Yeah, it kind of is. That's that song is like the mood of that song. I have to give a lot of credit to two collaborators, because I kind of I wrote it and I laid down the very simple, basic rhythm, the drony part, but the lyrics and the vocals and the outer space guitar part were done by a couple friends of mine. Brian Case from Facts and Disappears did the vocals, and Trevor DeBrough from Pelican did the lead guitar part. And they really elevated it to something that I would have myself never have been able to do. So I think that song's really, really cool. And I'm really proud to kind of have put together almost a special little band for that one.
You've got some cool friends.
Yeah, I guess I do.
To kick this off, the Grand Illusion, I think, really sets the table for who you are and what this moment in time is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that just roars out of the gate.
Yeah, it's that's setting the mood, I guess. And
then I'm not sure the pronunciation. The voice of Shai Hulud.
Yeah,
that's just epic stuff.
That's a Shai Hulud or the sandworms from Dune. So
there it is. Okay.
so yeah, there was I kind of knew for a song that song is pretty important to the making of this record too. It's the first one I wrote for this record, and I realized as I was putting it together that it was kind of a step in a different direction from the last record, and I kind of knew that if I was going to make another record and this was the new song for it, that I had to stay that course, keep everything bigger and, like you said, even more epic in a sense than what I had done before. A little less punk even, the last record's pretty punk. This one's a little bit more refined in a way.
I am one of those guys. I never quite got Dune, but I saw Dune when I was really young. And it's one of those movies I keep telling myself I should try to revisit at some point. I just remember I saw it when I was really young. It just seems so dense and kind of dull to my young senses. But I know that people who love it write songs about it.
Yeah, the movie's fun. It's a cult classic for a reason. The book is where it's at, and this new movie looks really great too, actually. But reading the book and going into the David Lynch movie, it's an interesting thing. I couldn't imagine watching that movie, especially as a kid, and not having read the book. I think this new one will probably be a little bit easier to understand.
And that all said, one of my best vinyl scores of the past 6 months was the Dune soundtrack on vinyl, the Toto soundtrack.
Yeah, isn't Toto and Brian Eno
yes,
Meeting of the Minds?
It's one of those things that if you weren't already aware, sounds utterly improbable. There's no way that collaboration ever existed. Chicago, traditionally, I mean, I came up in Chicago in the 1990s, and metal was always kind of blocked out of the city clubs, the North Side clubs. It seems like metal has settled in and found its place in the city.
I think so, yeah. And a lot of good metal bands kind of interact with non-metal bands too, which is nice,
It seems like a solid moment.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah. I mean, it was a solid moment before things stopped happening, but I think maybe there'll be another solid moment happening now.
Exactly. So the album, the new release, Follow a Song from the Sky, it's on Bandcamp. It's also on Cool Vinyl. I mentioned vinyl.
Mhm.
I mean, based on the little I know about you personally, the fact that you read comic books, you like Dune, I'm guessing that you think it's pretty badass that it's on vinyl and that you can have a cool orange record.
Yeah, there's orange and there's like a black and clear smoke thing too. So 2 colors of vinyl. And I'm a nerd for that kind of shit. Like, so colored vinyls, every time I have a record come out on colored vinyl, it's very exciting to me.
Every time I buy a record and I pull it out and it's just black, I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, I'm a total sucker for that sort of thing.
Total. Like I just bought for Record Store Day, one of the Record Store Days, I bought the Ocean's 11 soundtrack, and because it's a Vegas themed movie, the colored vinyl looks like a poker chip.
Oh, it's like a picture disc.
Yeah.
That's
well,
fun.
not even like it's just the colors are made to look like a poker chip.
Okay.
Genius. So yeah, I'm an absolute sucker for that stuff too.
Yeah. That and like it was all thought about too, like the orange contrast the cover, whereas like the other one kind of like blends in with it. That's where my head's at with the stuff often.
For the people who watch this podcast, who listen to this podcast, this isn't a metal specific podcast, and I think sometimes the subgenres of metal can be overwhelming and confusing to people who just don't know. Mm-hmm. Explain black metal.
Like sonically, culturally, both.
Oh, let's stick with sonically for now. Culturally gets us down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, good point. Sonically, it's characterized by more trebly, shrill, unsettling notes rather than like deep booming notes, like like Sabbath or something driving and fast, intense like Slayer. It's more about a wall of sound, more about in like a dark, unsettling mood, a lot of dissonance. The vocals are kind of in the back and shrill, almost like inhuman in a way. It's less of an aggressive vocal attack and more of like a like tortured soul of sorts. So it's more about creating a mood, a dark mood, than it is about creating like a aggressive, like ass kicker experience.
So 2 releases in less than a year. Where does that leave us for the future? Are you already like hammering thoughts out into instrumental form?
I am actually. Yeah. After I finished the record, which was in January or February, I kind of just like took a break from thinking about creating. And then once I got like the test presses and things like we're rolling with this record, like inspiration kind of kicked in again. So I have a handful of songs that I've been writing, a few things that I have like demoed on GarageBand. So things are coming together for more music now.
You've definitely found your groove. This is it. And it's your show. I mean, this is all you.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, you mentioned playing live, like I don't have touring obligations. So I don't have to, fall into a typical record tour cycle. I can kind of just do what I want. And it's fun and nice.
Being able to do music on entirely your own terms, that's kind of a gift.
Yeah, it's nice, and I can scratch my itch as far as like playing live and, a more traditional sense of releasing and creating music. I play in a band, and so that's the thing I can do and keep that separate from this. And yeah, I get my bases covered, I guess.
I love it. Okay. Follow a Song from the Sky is available on Bandcamp. As mentioned, you can own this album. You can have it and hold it and piss off the neighbors with it. Follow a Song from the Sky. Go to Bandcamp for that. You are Luca. You are Annihilus. Can I ask you to stay right there?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. You stay right there. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, thank you for doing that. If you're listening, thanks for doing that too. This is Car Con Carne. That right there, that's Annihilus.